Hey love, welcome back again to my channel. My name is Navina. For those of you coming across my video for the very first time, thank you so much guys for watching. My wonderful returning subscribers, I really appreciate every one of you guys. So lovelies, in today's video I'm sharing with you how to cook the perfect traditional party style Nigerian fried rice, guys. So yes, if you want to know how to do this, like you don't have any idea, just sit back, relax, as I'll be sharing with you the recipe shortly, guys. So for this recipe, all you'll be needing is the parboiled rice. Okay, so I'll be using chicken. You can use the beef if you prefer. So I'm also going to add the boneless chicken, my cooked prawns. Okay, so yeah, this is special, the kidney. Okay, yes, I will be needing some carrot as well as some green paste, which is very essential for this food. So yes, pepperoni and green and yellow bell pepper I'm going to be adding, as well as my sweet corn. Okay guys, so my Scotch bonnet pepper, which is also the habanero, it is totally optional if you don't like it spicy. So ginger and 3 garlic cloves I'll be including as well. Okay, so the first thing I do is to just place the kidney just like this into the pot, sprinkle in some salt, adding hot water, and then let this cook in a medium heat for the next 5 minutes for it to hard. Okay, so yes, after 5 minutes the kidney is ready. I'm just going to just remove it from the pot and then let it cool off before I slice it or chop it into smaller size. So that is it for that. So after chopping this kidney just like this, I will be scooping it into a little bowl and then set it aside while I move to the next step.
But if you keep saying that you've got to leave, then I'm gonna be alright. As long as you tell me that we ain't running out of time. Thinking about all the things we did tonight. What a time to be alive. Just you and
Alright guys, so after watching chopping and slicing all the vegetables into smaller parts, here are they. I also went ahead to also grate the ginger and garlic into a smooth paste right there. So I'll be moving to the next, which is to cook the chicken. Okay, so I'm pouring the chicken right there into the pot, and then I'll be adding 1 slice of onions, which is the complete onions. Also I'll be adding my grated nutmeg, which is going to be 1 teaspoon. Okay, so if you don't have this kind of nutmeg, you can use the powdered type. Okay, so salt, which I'll be adding, is the 1 teaspoon, as well as my curry powder, which is also going to be 1 teaspoon. So yes, after this I'll be adding the next, which is going to be 1 seasoning cube. So if you don't have this kind of seasoning cube, you can use the powdered one if you have one. So after crushing it, I'll be adding some bay leaf. So if you have thyme or rosemary, you can also add them at those points. So I'll be adding water, which is boiled water, enough to cook the chicken until it is soft. So I'm just going to just like stir everything together just to combine properly, cover, and then let this cook for the next 20 minutes for it to soften. So here is my chicken. After 20 minutes it is ready. So I'm just going to just sieve it out into my strainer, just let the water drip off, and then fry it with my vegetable oil. So if you don't like to fry, you can also grill it using your oven. Okay guys, so that is it for that. I'm moving to the next, which is to parboil the rice. Okay, so after pouring the rice into the pot and adding hot water to it, which is going to make it cook faster. Okay, I'm using my spatula to just like stir it for everything to just like dissolve, because it was kind of sticking together. So I've been cooking this for the next 3 minutes. So after 3 minutes, I'm just going to just strain it through the strainer and then move to the next step, which is to sieve my chicken stock through a sieve into a wider or bigger pot. Add enough water to cook the rice until everything is soft, guys. Okay, so yes, after adding the water, next I'll be adding ½ tablespoon of curry powder. Okay, this is very important, okay, because you want it to be green. Okay, so yes, after the curry, I'll be adding 1 teaspoon of salt to taste, 1 chicken seasoning cubes as well. So I'm just scratching it once again for it to dissolve faster as well. Okay, yeah, just to make sure I doesn't find any lumps inside my rice. So I'm just going to just cook this for the next 2 minutes for everything to melt. Alright guys, so here is my chicken stock. After 2 minutes, it's time for me to add in my parboiled cooked rice into the stock. Okay, yes, so after adding all the rice, I'm going to just use my spoon to just like stir everything together properly, then taste it to see if I'm going to add in more salt or not. Okay, but everything was okay. So I'll be cooking this in the next 10 to 15 minutes in a medium heat, because I don't want it to get boiled and I don't want to add more water to the rice, guys. So here is the rice after 15 minutes. I'm just going to just check if the rice is soft enough. Okay, yeah, so after tasting the rice was soft, it was okay, but I still have some water underneath the rice. Okay, so I'll be opening the pot for the water to dry. I don't want the rice to be overcooked, so I don't want to cover the the pot again. Okay, so just let it open just like this for the water to dry. So the water is dried down, so I'm just setting that aside and then move to the next step. So here now I'm just adding like 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil into my white fried pan because I want you to see the color of the kidney which I'm frying. So I'll be frying this for the next few minutes for each to dry. So make sure you're not drying this too much, just make everything moderate. Okay, you don't want it to be too crunchy, you know. So here is it, the kidney is okay now, it's perfect the way I want it. So I'm just copying it aside and set it aside. Okay, so here it's time for me to bring all the vegetables together. I'm adding vegetable oil into a clean fry pan, adding my chopped onions. Okay, so now I'll be sharing my grated garlic and ginger clove into the oil as well. So I'll be stir frying this for a few minutes for it to infuse properly into the oil before adding my chicken, okay, my boneless chicken, yes, into the oil. So I'm just going to just sprinkle in some curry powder over the chicken just to increase the flavor, and also grate some mixed pepper to it as well. So if you have black pepper or white pepper, you can also go ahead and then add it. Okay guys, so yes, I'm using the liquid Maggi instead of me using the Maggi cube. That this is easier for me to use. So that is this. So I'll be frying this for the next 3 to 4 minutes for the chicken to cook properly. Yes, so yes, after cooking this, don't forget to also add salt. I also went ahead to add salt because I don't want to just use Maggi all the way long. Okay guys, so that is it. So after stir frying the chicken is ready. So I'm just going to just scoop that out, add a little bit of more oil to the frying pan, added my leftover chopped onions and my leftover garlic and ginger paste to the oil. Okay, so this time I'll be adding my cooked prawns to the oil and then fry this for 1 minute guys. Okay, all right, that is it for that. So after frying the prawns for 1 minute, next is to add in my chopped carrot. Yes, so carrot and the green beans which I'll be adding next is the most difficult ones among all the green vegetables which I'll be using. So you don't want to add the bell pepper this time because the carrot and the green beans will not be soft by the time you finish cooking. So here is my mixed pepper which I'm going to be adding once again. So I'm just grating it right there into the vegetables, and then next is going to be my curry powder as well guys. Okay, so yeah, for the curry powder I'm adding 1 teaspoon of curry powder to the vegetables. Okay, and then give it a stir just like this. Yes, so after doing this I'll be adding salt as well to taste. Yes, salt is very, very important, but make sure it is moderate and not too much. So I'm just going to just like stir fry this, or just stir it a little bit, cover it, and then let this steam for the next 2 minutes. Make sure you're not overcooking it because you want to retain all those vitamins inside of the vegetable. So here is my vegetables after 2 minutes. They are not really too dry. Okay, they are just made dry. Yes, but there is no water underneath of it. So at this point I'll be adding my habanero pepper guys. This is so spicy guys. Okay, so if you don't want to make it spicy, you can skip that part. Okay, you don't have to add the pepper. So don't forget to also add the fried kidney, the green peas, and the sweet corn, and all the things that go with it, the bell pepper, the pepperoni, and of course the fried boneless chicken, which is also called the chicken breast guys. Okay, yes, so after adding everything together, I'm just going to just like mix everything together for it to combine properly. You can see the color, everything is just looking so perfect. Okay guys, and to increase the taste, I'm adding 1 seasoning cube once again to the vegetables. Okay, this is just going to just give it like a nice sweet taste. Okay, and also the curry powder, I'm adding just a little bit, which is 1 teaspoon of curry powder to it. Okay, so I'll be mixing everything together with my spoon, cover this and let it steam in a very low heat. Make sure you're not doing this in a very high heat because it's going to get burned. Yes, so here's my vegetables after 3 minutes. Everything is perfect guys. Yes, everything is yummy, yummy, yummy. So this time after stirring everything together, you can see the vegetable is kind of dry but not really too dry. Okay, so it was kind of too much, so I'm just going to just mix in the rice section by section. So I'm just copying the vegetables into a deep plate right there. Okay, then leave some in the saucepan just like this. So I'm scooping the cooked rice into the vegetables. So I'll be mixing all this together, okay, just to, yeah, let's call this fried rice, or let's call it vegetable rice, okay, or the curry rice like most people do call it, okay guys. So yes, I'll be stir frying this for a few minutes, but when I'm doing that, I'll be adding butter to it, okay. This butter is just going to just give it another, take it to another level, guys, okay. So I'm just slicing the butter into the rice just like that. Make sure it's not too much. You don't want your rice to be too oily, okay. So just fry this in a low heat, and then let everything, yeah, don't incorporate together, guys. Yes, so that is it for the recipe. So after doing this, if you still have some leftover, you can go ahead and then do the same thing, repeat the same process. And after cooking this, make sure you always store it in the freezer, okay, because your rice is going to go bad the next day because of the ingredients inside. So thank you so much for watching. If you like my video, don't forget to subscribe, turn on the bell, and that way you'll be notified on my next one. Thank you so much, and I'll see you again. Bye guys, bye.